how's it going, guys? My name's Carson, and welcome to the first episode of October Reads. I decided to pick for the first October Reads volume, Walking Dead issue 33. So you might be asking yourself, why wouldn't you start with Walking Dead number 1 or pick one of the more obvious ones? Well, for me, this was my very first Walking Dead comic I ever read, so before I even went and got the other trades and all that stuff, this is my first Walking Dead comic. So I think it was like in one of the last Wizards I picked up. Like, you gotta consider this came out in 2006. Wizard wasn't as big in the mid-2000s as it was the 90s. As a magazine, we had the internet to explore, so I didn't read too much Wizard, but one of the last things I remember reading in Wizard magazine was how interesting Walking Dead was, and specifically how much of a villain and a good character the Governor was. And in this issue, this is the big issue where you get the Governor versus Michonne. So when I picked this up, I had minimal knowledge of who the Governor was and what he did. All I know is Rick lost a hand because of the Governor, and other people got killed, so on and so forth. And Michonne is about to settle the score with the Governor. So in this one, it starts off, the Governor is there with this kid who is a zombie, and he is confronted by Michonne. It starts off like literally with the confrontation, and you literally get to see the whole fight, and it's just the Governor just gets annihilated, basically. So you have Michonne, who immediately just gets the better of the Governor, knocks him out with the handle of her sword, says she thought the fight would be longer, and then she proceeds to introduce her instruments of destruction, which is like a pair of pliers, a hammer, a drill, a spoon, and of course her sword as well. So you can kind of use your imagination. But I remember at the time when I read this in 2006, I had never seen any comic like this, and honestly I still don't know if I have, nor I don't know if I'd really want to. The fight is so gruesome. Like, how often do you see a fight in a comic book where both people end up puking during the fight? Like, Michonne kicks the Governor in another region so hard he pukes, and then later Michonne uses the spoon to extract the eyeball out of the socket of the Governor, and she is so disgusted with her actions she ends up puking and crying before she can completely just kill off the Governor, because she's been through so much torture. She wants to make sure this is just a slow and painful process for the Governor. So, of course, his cronies show up, runs off Michonne. Somehow the Governor actually survives the beatdown, and you get to see him later in the later 40s of The Walking Dead. So I may have to end up just giving my quick 2 cents on issue 48, because that was like the second most memorable Walking Dead for me at the time, because that's when the Governor shows up to the prison in a tank. So that's always a lot of fun, that story. So Robert Kirkman, one of my favorite writers in the mid-2000s, he does this canonical storytelling so well. The perfect person to binge read his stuff. Robert Kirkman, I think Walking Dead is the perfect example of that, as well as Invincible. And of course, you get the Charlie Adlard art. The perfect artist for Walking Dead, in my opinion. I know people like Tony Moore's art. I prefer Charlie Adlard. I think not only does he give that more human quality to characters like Rick, Michonne, and Andrea, but he just has this like grittiness and darkness to his work that just makes it just adds that extra seasoning to the dirty world that The Walking Dead takes place in. So yeah, obviously I really enjoyed this book. It made me want to go back, and I think I collected like 5 or 6 trades and collected the book till issue 102, because the Negan stuff, oh man, there was just no hope for our characters by that point. But at this point in issue 33, there was still a lot of hope there. A lot of those characters we grew to love in there, like Andrea and Glenn were in there, and Maggie. So just, it was a lot of fun. I actually ended up just reading this twice, just getting ready for this quick review. I enjoyed it so much. But yeah, if you guys want to see something quite a bit ultra-violent, one of the better Michonne Walking Dead issues there probably was in this run, give this a check out. I'm giving this, 5 out of 5. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Tune in next time, hopefully tomorrow for some of you, maybe right next video. For October reads, I'm going to try to do 31 of these for the month of October. So if you guys have any suggestions, any feedback, definitely leave it in the comments below. If you guys had a chance to read any Walking Dead, I'm curious to see what your thoughts about that. But above all else, don't forget to like, subscribe, and take care, guys. Thank you so much.